Cornflakes brings you Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Space Academy, USA, in the world beyond tomorrow, 2350 AD. Here, the Space Cadets train for duty on distant planets. In roaring rockets, they blast through the millions of miles from Earth to far-flung stars and brave the dangers of cosmic frontiers, protecting the liberties of the planets, safeguarding the cause of universal peace in the age of the conquest of space. With the Polaris on the second leg of its tedious 25 billion-mile trip to the star Alpha Centauri, Roger Manning has become increasingly irritating and has been riding Alfie Higgins unmercifully. And now, after tucking magnetic pads into his boots,
who do you know?
Who do you know? Who do you know?
Who do you know? Who do you know?
That doesn't like Kellogg's cornflakes. When you rock it by the man in the moon, you can hear him singing this cornflakes tune. Who do you know? Who do you know?
Not a planetary soul
That doesn't like Kellogg's cornflakes.
Sure those bruises are all right, Alfie?
They're all right.
Here, let me straighten you out. All dead. Every instrument registers 0. When did this happen?
While you two were doing your adagio act.
Boy, I can't turn my back without something getting all cut it out. Now, look, just where in the name of Jupiter are we right now?
Well, we must be past Pluto, but distance is very deceptive in space, and my only calculations are...
All right, Alfie, that's close enough. Well, Captain, you're supposed to be the red-hot spaceman. Where do we go from here? Well, it's a cinch we can't go anywhere with our instruments dead. Look, first we'll have to check the ship from stem to stern, find the trouble. Look, I'll check the radar bridge myself.
Uh-oh, that sounds familiar. Don't you want to take your darts along to amuse yourself while you goof off?
Ah, go blow your jets.
I'll check the power deck with a fine comb.
Okay, Alfie and I'll look around and see if we can find anything on this deck.
You know, Tom, I'm really sorry that you had a fight with Roger over me. I didn't want to cause any trouble.
Oh, don't let that worry you, Alfie. We just both lost our tempers, that's all. It wasn't your fault.
You know, I didn't mind his tricks so much. Roger seemed to be enjoying himself, so I played along with him. He would have tired of it soon, I'm sure.
Well, maybe, but when you're out in space for long periods of time, you sort of start to get on each other's nerves. I guess we both just let off a little steam, that's all.
Then you're not sore at Roger?
Alfie, right now I'm so worried about the Polaris, I'm not sore at anybody. Well, Corbett, did you find anything? No, not a thing. No sign of anything wrong anywhere. But our dials are still dead. Well, I can't get a signal on the radar scope. Our communications are completely out. I checked every wire, every tube. I couldn't find a thing.
I don't understand this at all. Our power plant is going full force, but the instruments don't register.
Well, it's got me, fellas. I can understand one dialer gauge being out, but all of them at the same time, well, I'll admit, I'm puzzled.
You know, Phyllis, I've got an idea about all this. Now, this may sound very improbable, but there's always the possibility that I'm right.
Oh, look, Alfie, we haven't time to listen to your theories. While we're gassing here, the ship's blasting along on hyperdrive. We don't know how fast we're going or where.
And if we don't get on the ball in a hurry, we're liable to wind up somewhere in the middle of the Milky Way.
Oh, that's the least of our worries. With the radar scope out, a tailless comet or even a piece of space junk may be coming our way and we wouldn't even know it. Well, the only solution I can think of is to examine the outside of the ship.
Right.
Okay, Astra and I'll check the outside. You stay in here and babysit with Alfie. Come on, Pride of Venus, let's suit up.
Oh, Roger, I wish you and Astro wouldn't go out in the hull of the ship. We don't know anything about conditions here in outer space, and it might be very dangerous.
Now I've heard everything. This earthworm is going to teach me spacemanship. Yes, imagine him trying to teach you anything. But that's all right. He just doesn't know.
Honestly, Roger, I'm worried.
Look, it's all right, Alfie. While we're outside, you tell Uncle Tom all your nice little theories, and then he'll tell you a good bedtime story. Nighty-night. I don't know why I fused my tubes over him. I should know better by now.
You know, Tom, I'm worried.
Yes, Alfie, and so am I, and that's about all we can do right now. Worry. And hope that Astro and Roger find the trouble out there.
I'm sorry I can't see anyone just now. I don't want to be disturbed until... Well...
Please, Commander Arkwright, don't let them send me home. I'm not a stowaway honest.
Oh, you're the little fella they...
I'm Marky Corbett. Tom Corbett's my brother.
I see. So Cadet Corbett invited you to Space Academy and asked you to spend the night hiding under his bunk where my orderly found you. Is that it?
Oh, no, sir. You see, well, I mean, Tom did say I could visit him, but then he changed his mind. So I thought that, well, I mean, by the rings of Crater, where is Tom?
About 3.5 billion miles out in space. I hope.
Why, is something wrong, sir?
No. No, just a strange failure of communications. Nothing to be alarmed about. Now tell me, young man, it's breakfast time. Were you expecting to be served breakfast underneath that bunk?
Oh, no, sir. Don't worry about me. I got my own breakfast. See? Kellogg's cornflakes. They're super, sir. Crisp and light.
Yes, I know.
Boy, you ought to taste them, Commander Arkwright. Kellogg's cornflakes are packed with super jet-powered breakfast food.
Yes, I understand that.
You ought to try them just once. With bananas or strawberries or raspberries. Golly, sir, excuse me. I'm going right now, sir. I won't take up any more of your time.
Just a moment, young man.
Yes, sir.
Come here.
Yes, sir.
I want you to answer me just one question.
Yes, sir.
Who do you know that doesn't like Kellogg's cornflakes?
Well, golly, sir, nobody.
Well, that's better. Now, you sit right down there in that chair, and I'll get my orderly to bring in some milk and sugar, and you and I will have a breakfast of Kellogg's cornflakes right here and now. And afterwards, if we finish in time, perhaps we'll even be able to reestablish contact with your brother Tom.